Don't fight. Of course they're about to fight. Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Hell's Paradise Season 1, Episode 14, Dawn and Confusion. As I sat down to do my reactions for the day, I was like, okay, which one should I start with? And then I saw the thumbnail of these two Tensen on the screen. And I'm like, ugh, let me just get it over with these people and then enjoy the rest of my reactions for the day. Because like I said, I don't like them. Ugh. Okay, so last episode, yay, one of them died. Shion and Sagiri and Tensa, they helped defeat this Mudan. And yeah, we got rid of him. And I'm happy. But then it turns out that after having used his style so much, Gabimaru lost his memories. And then you have Yuzuriha there that's saying there's a possibility that his wife also doesn't exist and that it's all an illusion created by the chief to have total control of him. And I just, I don't know how I feel about that. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini, where you can find all my full lives and early access to all the animes that I'm currently watching. And yeah, let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Jikka? Oh, okay. Somehow. Who is that? Oh. He's the one who won. Is it Shugen? In your intro? Wait. Is this season 2? Episode 1? I mean, it said episode 14. I don't know. I'm done, man. Ooh, Fuji. Nice. Yeah, he looks pissed. Oh, that's a nice frame right there. Dang, can you like loosen up a bit? Oh, okay. He's dead. Don't we already have one? Just say you want the elixir. Forgotten something. He's crying? And you haven't heard from him, meaning he's dead. With what?
これね、変な島だって。でもね、結局お見せする流れにならなかったね、こいつ。まだ生きてるかもしれねえ。いや、もう死んでいる。命の波を感じない。行きますよ、実家殿。
Any waves of life, so he can reach out too. Okay, that's good.
姉妹は予定通り我ら4人で行く。今度は実力のみで選んだメンツだ。実家殿も来てくれる。
Rank 3,
すぐに出立。
rank 2.
ることに等しい。多く使えば肉体、魂のいずれかにその影響、反動が現れる。
どうリエン、新しい修行場素敵でしょ。
ああ、見事だ、タオファ。
でしょでしょ。バカみたい。防虫術自体。リュファ君やりすぎ。最高。入れるの忘れた。飲み物光るやつ。ねえ、どこだっけ、ジュジン。さあ、知らない。
I am so over these people.
その格好、もはや何の集団かわかりませんね。いいじゃん、可愛いし。
そこは目をつむってほしい。
先生の真似だ。ガビマルの狙いが戦略である以上、おそらくこの城を目指しているはず。合流するにも門の外の方が都合がいいでしょう。最善は一刻も早く島を出ることじゃない？いいえ、合流します。そういった打算も込みの振る舞いでは。バレてた。それでも一緒に島を出たい。島を出るなら必ず全員。あなたもガビマルもです。まあ、でもさ、再会できたとしてあの件はどうするの？ガビマルの奥さんのこと。嘘じゃねえぞ。
じゃあ、俺の口調は学ばなくていい。さて、どうしたものか。そもなぜこんな任務に就いた？ただの命令。それとも他に何か理由が。
Don't fight. Of course they're about to fight. Of course they're about to fight. Oh, he's gonna wake up.
ものすごく大きい。
島を支配する不死身の化け物。昨夜の話はこいつのことか。
No, but
もう一丁。いつも通り気楽だ。余計なことも考えずに済む。忍法花張り。そしてね、視覚を奪うのは不死者にも有効だろう。
but if he can read your Tao, then he doesn't need his eyes for that.
けどこんなもんかよ。大したことねえな。足場だ。
Bruh, you are getting way too strong.
どういうことだ、お嬢。ぶっ倒れたせいで弱くなったのか？
ガビマル、タオ、おかしい。
Mm-hmm.
ガビマル、強いの種ない。大事なものない。
奇妙な喪失感か。
So he needs to remember his wife, I guess, to bring out the seed of weak is the seed of strong. What?
もういいとだ。他の奴らも全員ぶっ殺せ。はい、兄さん。兄さん。
Uh-huh. Now you're just revealing who you are to the others.
手間だ。おいこら、
Damn.
待ちなさい剣竜。訳ありのようですが、彼は一応山田家の。
うるせえ。誰だろうと俺を舐めたら5体満足に。
反射神経を逆手にとって。
Yeah.
も型もなってねえし、所詮付け焼き場の件だな。型をないがしろにすんな。実践的だから効率化され。
Is he teaching him right now?
ましく共闘でも来えば可愛げがあったのによ。
兄さんが共闘しないなら僕は従う。率いてた盗賊も全員駒だ。仲間と思ったことすらない。僕たちは僕たちだけで十分だ。どうかは兄さんが決めるんだよ、クソ親父。お前も働け、どうし。チビと小娘を殺すんだ。
Kill the shrimp and the girl.
2軒ほど離れてください。危ないから。
When is he gonna recover his memory?
どうしても再生できる。
あなた様のタオは特別強い。本来であれば飲み込まれるはず。
強い。集中しなければ勝てない。心中の違和感も今は忘れて。
伸びはただ死なず、心身すれば。
Take down the. I remember this one. He did the same thing when he was fighting Shugen.
なら望み通りぶっ殺してやる。民法火の橋。再生が間に合わない。こいつはまずい。結局この任務の詳細は思い出せなかったが、わしが死んでも里の誰かが引き継ぐだけだ。失うものもない。お前にはあるのだ。ああ、そうだな。ありがとうよ。全部解放してやる。俺には失うものがある。十分だ。俺はあいつだけで十分だ。よいしょ。兄さん。
This is one of the things that I was worried about when it came to Chobe and the way the vines kept growing on him, and it just felt like he was changing too fast or something, that it was just gonna, I don't know, affect him in sort of like a negative way, because his brother was worried about him as he saw him change during the previous episode. So when he was fighting Gabimaru here, and then Gabimaru just went hollow and was launching all his fire attacks at him, and he basically reminded Chobe of who he's fighting for, and that's his brother, and that sort of like made him go, well, and just transformed into this thing. And I'm like, what's the, I know he's doing this for his brother, right? He's like, he's all I need and everything, but what's the point of gaining all this power, basically, if you sort of lose yourself in the process? Because that's what it feels like to me, that he's losing himself. He's feeling less and less like a human being, and more like he's losing his humanity. It just feels like to me, and I don't like that. I like how he cares for his brother, and I love the relationship between them two. And when they came upon Gabimaru and the others, and they started fighting, I'm like, no, please don't fight, because I like the both groups, you know. I like Chobe and his brother, and I like Gabimaru and Tamiya and Fuchi and Mei. So I like all of them. So I didn't want them to. I didn't want to see them fight, but it happened. And because Gabimaru also doesn't remember his wife, he doesn't have the other yin to his yang, I guess. So that makes his style not really all there, I guess. He's not the same person that he was when he was fighting those two Doshi, you know. And even May saw in this episode, she's like, he's just all strong, strong. There's no weak in him. And that weak part comes from his feelings for his wife, you know. So the fact that that's not there, he can't fully control or read Tao like he was. And so his fight against Chobe is all just pure strength and instinct. But that's not enough when it comes to fighting people with Tao. And yeah, I don't know how. First of all, I don't know when Gabimaru is gonna remember his wife. If it's gonna be quick, like in the next episode, or is it gonna take the whole season for that? I don't know. And then with Shobe and his transformation, is he gonna go back to being normal? With the way his brother also reacted when he saw him like that, I don't know. I don't like it. I like the fact that he's able to sort of like now fight. I feel like maybe not 100% at the level that the Tensen are, but really close to it. I like that, but the fact that it's changing him in this, I feel like it's a negative kind of way. I don't like it. Well, let me double check something. Is this season 2 or is this season? Is this season 1 but part 2? Okay, it seems like this is season 2. Okay. Guess I need to change the way that I end this. Because when I saw the new intro, I'm like, you know, there are some animes where they're still in the same season. There's like 24, 22 episodes in the season, but then somewhere in the middle there, they changed the intro. That's what I thought this was. But then I'm like, there are also animes that are 12, 13 episodes in a season, and then the next season, they changed the intro. So I don't know which one is this. Seems to be the second one. We're in the second season. Okay, so there's that. I'm worried about Chobe, and I want to know when Gabimaru is going to recover his memories. Now, when it came to Sagiri and the others, they decided to go to the entrance of the gates because they're assuming that Gabimaru is going to come there and they want to meet up with them. Meanwhile, Yuzuriha is trying to convince them to just leave. But Sagiri saw through her and basically convinced her to stay there and look for Gabimaru. But then Yuzuriha asked her, are you gonna tell him? How are you gonna tell him about his wife? And I'm like, is it a guarantee? Is it a certainty that his wife doesn't exist? Or is she just saying, well, how are you gonna tell him that there's a possibility that your wife doesn't exist? I don't know. I don't like it, but okay. They started this episode with this assignment called Jikka and somebody else that was there that they didn't actually show his face yet. And then you have these people from the Shogun that were asking him how he got back from the island. And his story, I feel like he embellished it. I may not have followed it properly, but it just seemed to me like, okay, he was assigned to one particular criminal. I forgot what he was called. And then he said that criminal killed Chobe? Or was it the other way around? Because at one point he said that he was going to come back. He was going to come back and tell the criminals about the death of the criminal's family, about the death of their family member, I guess. I don't know. So if that's the case, if it was Chobe, that I don't know, because the way that I read it at first is that there was Chobe, and then there was another criminal that he was assigned to, and then that criminal killed Chobe, and then he said that he was going to come back, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but either way, his story was confusing me a little bit. I'm just gonna have to go back and look at it again. And then he said that he washed up ashore, and then somehow, some way, he got back. And they were like, "What do you mean somehow? Like, how did you get back?" He didn't say anything, and these people from the Shogun were getting upset. And then that's when this other person jumped in, and he was apologizing for Jikka. And then when one of the people from the Shogun was about to um go off, I guess, on this person, that's where the other was like, No, stop it. You know he's something." I don't know what exactly it was about him, but it got the other person to shut up. And then they introduced this new Asaemon, and they called him Shugen. And he is just so intense. He's so intense, man. And then they were talking about sending new criminals to Shisen Iyo, sending other criminals there, but then they're like the criminals that they were trying to bet to send there, they were killed by people from Iwagakure, and so now they're gonna be sending these people, these ninjas, along with these two assignment, meaning Shugen and Jikka. With these two people from Iwagakure, they are gonna be the ones to go there. And then at one point they saw the chief saying that he forgot something on the island or whatever. Ah, meaning Gabimaru, of course. It's like, why is he so assuming that Gabimaru, the wife, doesn't exist, and Gabimaru is just like, why is he so intent on having Gabimaru back or getting Gabimaru back, that he's willing to kill these other criminals and send other Iwagakure ninja people over there? Like, what is so special? I know Gabimaru is strong and everything. Is it because he's the strongest out of all his ninjas, and that's why he's like, I don't want to lose this particular pawn? Or is there something else about Gabimaru that he's not willing to let go of? Like, I don't know, but it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. Shugen was saying that he's the one that has sort of like replaced Aizen. In his absence, he's sort of like the de facto leader of the Asaemon, and Aizen was supposed to reach out in like 2 days, and it's the third day now, and they haven't really heard anything from them. And then he counted out all these other Asaemon that he was supposed to hear from or something, but he hadn't heard anything from them either. So he's worried, and he doesn't know that they're dead. At least I don't know if everybody that he counted is dead or not. I don't know. I don't remember the names that he rattled off, but yeah, he's going there, and Jikka is going there. And he didn't want to go. That's why he brought this giant, uh, mystical being that's already dead from the island. He brought it back so that if the shogunate people see it, they're not gonna want to send anybody there, but they didn't get to see it. So yeah. And Shugen, yeah, Shugen touched it, and then he's like, it's dead, that the waves of life doesn't exist in him anymore or something or other. And I'm like, oh, so he can read out So that's good. The fact that he can read Tao, we need people that know Tao, that can read Tao. That's the only way that you can defeat those people. And they showed them this episode. I don't want to waste my time on them. They created this place where they're supposed to be training and whatever. I don't care. Usually when I'm trying to write down the names as they're showing up on the screen and everything, I didn't get everybody. Rien, I know. Mudan is dead. I also wrote down Taufa. She's the girl that said she created this new place. And then there was someone else there that whose name I didn't quite get, but I don't feel like going through the episode again and write his name down. I'm not gonna do that because I don't like them. The everything that they stand for, I don't like. So each time they show up on my screen, it's like my skin is crawling. I don't like them. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to episode 2 of season 2, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Hell's Paradise season 1 episodes. There's a playlist in the reaction, the comment as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Cracking in my head, the